And welcome to Big Ones NFT. I'm your host Gabriel. Today we're going to be going through a lot of different news in the NFT world. Let's get into it. Alright, okay, so as mentioned, there's a lot of things going on every different chain you can possibly imagine. So we're going to go through some of the big news that's happening. And we're going to start first with a project with Steve Aoki, and it's called Relics. Now what it's actually saying, it's actually going to be like a Web3 player for the Metaverse. Now, believe it or not, I had one of these ideas very long time ago. I would even say probably now 5 years ago, of thinking of trying to create something that's kind of on blockchain, but like a media player. But look, they've done it. It's again, it's called Relics.xyz. Links will be in the description below. And it says here the Metaverse era. Let me just try to find some of the information here. And but I think one of the important things is that it's got Steve Aoki kind of behind this. Now, obviously, he's a massive name, not only globally in the industry of DJs and music, but definitely in the Web3 world. And it says here, opening line says, the release follows on from Relics Genesis Idol and the Idol 2. Let me just get to the kind of crutch. Like the previous drop, the Idol 3 will be an open edition solely for collectors of various other music NFTs. Now, holders of the NFT by musicians like Avenged Sevenfold, Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda, Kings of Leon, and Deadmau5 are eligible to take part. We've been inspired by jukebox culture, which created these social environments in diners in the 50s, but also how sound systems can be showpieces in people's homes. Now, look, I do think this is an interesting project, and I think a lot of this, just on the side, that once you get this, say, jukebox or player, you could actually see it or have it or display it in Decentraland. So they're kind of working with Decentraland. So definitely, as mentioned, kind of like in that Metaverse kind of scape. So, but it'll be interesting, and I do believe that music still has a long way to go in the Web3 world as NFTs, as now potentially players. So there's a lot of different projects going around, and it really has just begun. So the dust hasn't settled, and there's a lot of things happening and flying around. So again, we'll be watching this, see how it progresses, and see really, is it something that's going to kind of take off and fly off, or is it still going to be kind of like in the sidelines for now? Anyway, let's go to the next news. Now, Axie Infinity, now we all know they were quite a massive game, Web3 game, really put, let's say, GameFly on the map, and primarily because a lot of third world countries, in specific Philippines, that basically use this game to literally make a living. Now, we've done a few videos of this before. Links will be in the description, particularly on Axie Infinity. But anyway, so what they've created is a light version of the game. And primarily what that means is you don't actually need to purchase any NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to actually purchase, to play the game rather. So I think this is a way for them to kind of break back into the scene, to try to open up the brand, at least to Web2 players, and then maybe reel them back in. So an interesting strategy nonetheless, and again, something to really see. I guess right now in GameFly, obviously there's a lot of big names in the web space, in the Web3 world, looking at GameFly. Nothing has really, of course, taken off as much as I have to say Axie Infinity did at that time. Now, they did dip a lot. Right now, you know, if you had any Axie tokens or Axies, it's gone quite down. So it might be an interesting strategy for them that they go to Web 2, and with that Web 2 kind of reel them back in to Web 3 eventually. Anyway, again, we'll be watching closely on this and other games too. And of course, right now, if you haven't already, please smash that like, hit subscribe, and turn the notification bell for more of these kinds of videos. And we do really want to hear back from you. And if you've got any other suggestions, for example, any other Web3 games, we'd love to hear from you. So please put in the comments below. Okay, let's move on. So one of the other big news right now is Pudgy Penguins. Now, what they've done literally is they've released over 20,000 toys on Amazon. So they've gone again, well, the word is phygital. So physical, digital, well, basically from digital going to physical. So quite interesting. So they've launched on Amazon, and here's the basic rundown. So they've captured consumers' interest, launching in a line of tangible toys on Amazon that opened up its online network, Pudgy World. So again, they've got this kind of world that they're working in. So it's no longer just a PFP collection on OpenSea. They've actually created, or aiming to create, this kind of world, which, to be honest and to be fair, most PFP collections have that on their roadmap. They're really, you know, it's definitely on everyone's mind to create this metaverse, as one would say, but now they've used the word world rather than Pudgy Metaverse or Pudgyverse or any of these kind of iterations. Interesting. So they've kind of maybe taken a step back, not trying to going all out on Metaverse, the word, but just saying Pudgy World. So, but now it says here also, within the first 2 days of launching, the blue chip NFT brand sold 20K individual toys, amounting to $500,000 worth of sales. Now that's pretty legit, pretty good. The team behind the cute penguin characters believes that its new toy initiative can innovate the Web3 space by bringing millions of users to this digital frontier. Yep, I absolutely agree with that. Look, I think if there's any way to reach out to all those Web2 users or Web2 savvy people, it is using physical items, physical or physical events, that kind of tangible asset that one could hold, and I do believe that's a pretty good strategy. Remember, Web3 or NFT buyers really is tiny, minute, compared to obviously the population of the world, or even those that are online and understand anything about this kind of Web3 world. Okay, so finally it says the brand's dominance on Amazon sales charts outperforms, so does better than world-class brands like Pokemon, Barbie, Disney, Transformers, and Lego, and is continuing to do so. Now, that's a great sign. It's obviously amazing for the Pudgy Penguins team, but definitely an interesting sign nonetheless, that at this point, anyway, for let's say those few days, I can't obviously confirm if that's still the case on today's filming, but from the article that's listed, which was around May 18, that's what they're saying. But nonetheless, it made a noise, and I think that's the most important thing in this industry and for us here in NFTs. Anyway, again, if you haven't already, do smash that like. It's very much appreciated. We love to hear your comments, so please put any kind of thoughts or questions you have down in the comment section below, and do subscribe to this channel. It is appreciated, and we do want to create more of this kind of content for you out there. Anyway, that's it all for me right now. I'm Gabriel from BigOnes NFT. Over and out.